Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Blast from the Past. Hell's aspiring angel takes on her demonic doppelganger in this action-packed, time-traveling E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Blast from the Past with a bonus E-Steam comic book, No Good Deed, in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. The new E-Steam series book, E-Steam Blast from the Past, is now available in paperback on Amazon.com and in multiple digital formats such as Kindle, and available on other online digital booksellers such as Gumroad.com, Smashwords, the iBookstore, Google Play, and Barnes & Noble. And you definitely want to pick up E-Steam Blast from the Past, whether it's in paperback or digital format, because this book features two fantastic E-Steam stories. Now, the first story, Blast from the Past, is a follow-up to the SJS Direct Fantasy Flashbacks fall story, E-Steam The Sands of Time. And in this story, which is set in the present, the John Haynes and E-Steam of the current day have to take on the evil demon E-Steam from the past. And this is an action-packed, time-traveling E-Steam series adventure you definitely don't want to miss, because this one really builds on the story from the previous book, E-Steam The Sands of Time, and continues the time-traveling story arc that was started in E-Steam The Sands of Time. Now, in addition to Blast from the Past, I am also featuring the first SJS Direct comic, E-Steam No Good Deed, in order to give readers a preview of what they would get from an upcoming SJS Direct comic. And this comic, penciled by Bill Walko, is an adaptation of the first E-Steam story I published back in 2012, E-Steam No Good Deed. And in this 9-page story, E-Steam foils a stick-up by some hood rats in a Madison Avenue store. And again, this story I had adapted by Bill Walko to show people what a comic would look like from the SJS Direct imprint, and to give people an idea of what type of stories I would tell in the comic book format. Because one of the goals I have for the SJS Direct imprint is eventually to go out and publish a graphic novel featuring characters like Isis, John Haynes, and E-Steam, and the only way I can do that is with the continuing support of people who donate to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. And I wanted to reward all of those people who donated to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App by publishing this comic and letting them know that I'm keep my promises, because I promised that when I would publish this comic, they would get the first look at it before I went to publish it. And I wanted to show with this comic what I could do with the SJS Direct imprint and what type of products that we could get with the continuing support of donations to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. And I wanted to show people what type of stories I could tell in the comic medium. And I'm hoping that after you read E-Steam No Good Deed, you'll be interested in picking up comics if I go out here and launch a campaign for a crowdfunding project like a Kickstarter or an Indiegogo, where I've already finished 2 scripts. I've got a script for an Isis graphic novel, and I just recently completed a script for a John Haynes graphic novel, and I'm hoping to get people to really get excited about those projects like I am right now, and I'm looking forward to hopefully sharing those projects with you sooner rather than later. But if you really want to see where I'm taking the SJS Direct imprint, you definitely have to pick up E-Steam Blast from the Past, because you get two fantastic features. You get Blast from the Past, which is a follow-up to the fantastic and critically acclaimed and very popular SJS Direct Fantasy Flashback Fall Story, E-Steam The Sands of Time. And you also get a look at the future of SJS Direct and where I want to take it as related to graphic novels and comic books. So that's the type of thing I want to do on the SJS Direct imprint. I really want to go out here and publish a graphic novel in addition to the fiction and nonfiction I produce right now. And again, I can only do that with your continuing support to donations like the Patreon, the PayPal, the Cash App, and the Super Chats that I do when I do my live streams. I really want to go out here and bring more types of quality products to all of my readers, and I really want to continue expanding the SJS Direct imprint so I can continue providing readers with fantastic African American fantasy fiction and positive stories about the African American experience. And again, I want to thank all those people who donated to the Patreon, the PayPal, the Cash App, and the Super Chats, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to put out comics like this, and I wouldn't be able to further try to expand my catalog and my brand. E-Steam Blast from the Past is right now available on Amazon.com in paperback. It's available on Kindle, and it's available on digital platforms like Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. And this is a great gift you can give to your kids. All SJS Direct fantasy stories like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, and the John Hay series are all ages and family friendly, and they make great gifts for the holiday season. So you definitely want to pick up E-Steam Blast from the Past, and you definitely want to pick up some of this fantastic fantasy fiction on the SJS Direct imprint by clicking the link in the description box. Now available in paperback and Kindle, Vampires Stalk the Darkness of the Eternal Night. Get your copy of Eternal Night in paperback and Kindle on Amazon.com.